Hey neighbor, what's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome back to the channel. Excuse my horrible introduction there. My name is John. Today I'm going to be reacting to The Post, an independent music journalist site for a newspaper for a college in Ohio. They ranked every single song from the 1975, including all of the new ones from Notes on a Conditional Form, from worst to best. And with a list like this, I definitely have high expectations, considering how I feel personally, but even objectively, I can smell a good list from a mile away, and this one, I'm getting a good vibe, but we're just gonna have to see. Don't forget to drop a like on this video, subscribe for the love of music, because of course, and don't forget to ring the bell, and let's go ahead and just jump right into it. That was so lame, but this was written by one of their student journalists, I believe, Bree Offenberger, so credit to the author. They assembled this list. Let's see if it's any good. So starting off all the way down in number 84, Shiny Collarbone. Thank God I am not the only one that cannot stand that song. I'm really gonna have to scroll cautiously here because I don't want to reveal everything all at once, but at number 83 we have HNSCC because this is one of the tracks off of the early EPs. They said that this has a plethora of standout instrumentals, but this one is merely okay. I say that they have a lot of merely okay instrumentals, and this is one of them. Although I actually think I like this better than a lot of the ones on Notes. Two-time at 82, thank you! I am not taking crazy pills. I've been talking about that song for all these years now. Talk at 81, yeah, that one is incredibly irritating to me. The Man Who Married a Robot at number 80, he was definitely one of the throwaway tracks on that. I think there were some interesting themes on A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships, but some of them just pushing technology and AI, what's going to happen to us in the future, it got overbearing. Tonight I Wish I Was Your Boy, that was actually one of the better songs I felt like off of Notes, but it is what it is. I'm not extremely mad there. Anno Brain at 78. That is a track that personally grew on me, but I could understand why someone would have it down low. Having No Head at 77, another instrumental, glitchy mess as they described it themselves, I get that. How to Draw at 76, originally a bonus track, and then it actually made it onto an album. This one just really never connected the dots for me. It felt a bit kinda aimless. Hard Out at 75, what the fuck? You had me up to this point, Brie, but you just ripped mine right out because this song is so much fun. Let's see what they had to say. Something about this track just grinds my gears. Okay, Peter Griffin. I think it's the half yell you hear in the intro and every time immediately following when Healy says, "Why don't you figure my heart out?" Yeah, that's what makes it great. What should I say at 72? It is very bland. I will agree with them on this one. Surrounded by Heads and Bodies. This one, they're saying goosebumps will probably form at some point, so I guess we've gotten to the point in the list where the author has nothing critical left to say about anything, so I guess the rest of the 70 tracks are just all grade A material? Ugh, I hate it when that happens. Please Be Naked at number 70. I actually really like this instrumental. It's one of the best ones on I Like It When You Sleep. One of their best instrumental tracks, period, so can't get on board there. Haunt in Bed, and then Is There Somebody Who Can Watch You? I feel like both of these tracks do have a very brooding atmosphere, and I can see why they've come back to back. They would not rank up high for me, so I think this is kind of a perfect placement for them. 67, Roadkill. This song is definitely a little too twangy for me. I didn't care for it. I thought it was very, very cheesy. Money with its ammo anyway. You know, it's okay. If I'm listening to the entire self-titled album, I can get into it, I guess, momentarily. But it also kind of haunts my dreams at night because it will not leave my head. If I hear it once, then it's up there for 4 weeks. And look what I've just done. I've sealed my own fate. Yeah, I know, it's 65. This one would rank a lot lower for me. This would probably be right at the bottom with Shiny Collarbone. Fuck this song. Pressure at 61. I'm gonna have to say that this track's a bit tragically underrated. I was very much debating the number 20 spot on my own personal top 20. Shout out to that. If you have not seen it, there's a card on screen now, or else a link at the end of the video. Sincerity is Scaredy at number 60, and 61 and 60. These are both horribly not good takes that I can't prop up. I mean, a lot of this list has been pretty good so far, but both of these coming back to back, and then even I Like America and America Likes Me, despite the heavy uses of auto-tune, I felt that that was one of the better tracks on A Brief Inquiry. That wasn't an overwhelmingly great album, but it was a solid one, and this song actually had a message. You could feel the emotion despite the overwhelming auto-tune. Streaming at 58, so you're telling me that streaming is better than Pressure, Sincerity is Scary, and I Like America?
Fuck that.
The Sound at 57? This is getting ridiculous. The Sound at 57. Holy mother of God. One of the biggest, most epic, grandiose tracks all the way down here, floating with the Castaways. It's fairly straightforward, despite everything science says. Healy has memorized how his significant other's hearts sound. Okay, you're giving me no reasons as to why In Bagsy Not in Net is above The Sound. In what world, Brie Rosenberg, or whatever your name was? Lost My Head, and then the title track, I Like It When You Sleep, for You Were So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It. Ugh, mouthful every single time, still to this day. Both of those, along with Bagsy Not in Net. Oh my God. That song, I cannot stomach it. I can't do it. I hate that song. I hate that song. I hate Shiny Collarbone. I hate Yeah, I Know. And to see these ranking higher than The Sound, for example, what am I supposed to do with that? Chocolate all the way down at 53? That is one of their most banging singles. Obviously, it didn't quite make my top 20, but it probably would have been like number 22 or 23. It's so ridiculously catchy and fun. I am just waiting to see what the top 50 looks like. If you got that at 53 and then Ugh at 52, that one is so catchy. The synths on that track are just quirky. They're kind of life-affirming in a way, and I love the way he sings about using other people's faces as a mirror for yours. This list is baffling me now. Love Me at 50? Dear Lord, you are trying to crawl under my skin, original poster of this article. Give Yourself a Try at 49. That feels about accurate for that placement. I feel that this track does feel way too Joy Division-y. So far, it's alright at 48. I don't really have any qualms with. I would probably rank it a little bit lower myself. She Way Out at 47 is, again, a ridiculous stomper of a tune. It sounds so good in a live setting. This one, honestly, coming in with Hard Out, I kind of pair those tracks together in my head, even though they don't come back to back on the track list. I feel that they deserve a little bit better than that, but maybe it's just me. I guess we're getting all the she's out of the way now, because at 46, we have She Lays Down. This is something that Matty wrote for his mother, and I can understand the placement. I really do love the tune, but you only seek it out at certain points, maybe when you're feeling extremely vulnerable. There is the 1975, the title track, the not instrumental this time around, from Notes on a Conditional Form, the one with Greta Thunberg, an environmental activist. I never listen to this song, ever. People at number 44, you're telling me that that is just a hair better than the Greta Thunberg track? No. No. It's one of their best fucking songs. It was one of the biggest risks that they ever took. And the fact that it does sound so weird in comparison to the rest of the record, it is a bit off-putting, but listening to it as like a standalone single, it's phenomenal. See, I don't like it when they just kind of like describe the song. These lists don't do a good job at explaining why they put something at a certain place. They're just basically saying what the song is, and I'm like, okay, but why People at 44? I couldn't be more in love at number 43, a love letter to the fans as they describe it, and The Birthday Party at 42. That track I have mixed feelings on, but it's definitely not awful. Love It If We Made It at 41? What the fuck are you smoking, Brie? I've been trying to be nice up to this point, but Love It If We Made It at 41 with no real explanation. They're just saying modernity is failures. It basically sums it up. Okay, but why at 41? This is literally like top 5 for me, and I think a lot of other fans would back me up on that. That feels outrageous. I feel like I've had the rug just pulled, swept out, right out from under me. The City at number 40. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. So we've got, let me get this straight, Frail State of Mind at number 39, ahead of The City and Love It If We Made It. Paris at 38, that's great. I'm glad we didn't see that in like the super bottom tier, but again, that is a top tier, a grade A 1975 track, one of my personal favorites. The lyrics are so smart. I love the fact that he talks about Paris as this blissful state of zen, this place that they're probably never realistically going to get to because it doesn't exist. It's like a dystopian society. If you're too shy at 37, so we have that, Paris, The City, and Love It If We Made It. Some of their top 20 tracks for sure. I mean, even from an objective point of view, probably in the top 30 somewhere. I just have a hard time comprehending this. This is where the list is really starting to go off the rails. Nana at 36. We're gonna put Nana over all of those tracks I just listed. Cool. The Ballad of Me and My Brain at 35. This is a very underrated track. I love the imagery that he's able to conjure up on this one. I feel that it's so smart, I even overlooked it myself for a little while, so it's great to see it getting some exposure, but again, I don't quite agree with the placement in comparison to the other picks. It's very inconsistent. Me and You Together song at number 34. That is a song that is definitely objectively solid enough, I suppose. I think a lot of fans are drawn to it because it does play on some of their classic styles. It kind of sounds like the 80s and the 2000s all in one handbasket. Just for me, it feels way too basic lyrically, like they're kind of miming themselves and kind of trying to give the fans what they think they would want, but it just doesn't have the soul. Inside Your Mind at 33 is actually a good pick. This is a really, really searing burn of a tune. I believe it was one of my honorable mentions personally. It was close to kind of making my list. I think this is one of those songs that surprised me at how much I actually came back. Antichrist all the way at number 28. I think a lot of the fans are going to be coming straight for the author's throat on this one. That track just has so much emotion to it. I love the way that he sings. It's breathy, it's haunting, and you can tell there is a very real struggle going on with faith, with life and death and everything that doesn't quite meet the eye. A lot of interesting like early days EP picks floating into the mix. We got Face Down at 27, and then we had their soundtrack offering Medicine, which is a really good night driving song. I have to be in the mood for it to actually really get a lot out of the track, but Medicine is solid enough, and I do feel that a lot of fans forget that it exists. Guys at number 25, because we can't have guys without girls, and now I'm just wondering where Girls is going to be on the list. I'm guessing top 5, but then again, this list has really put some of the biggest bangers way down low, so we could see it next or very, very soon. Nothing Revealed, Everything Denied at 24. That was a song that definitely had a lot of wonky angles approaching it. It has good elements, but again, like I said in my review of Notes on a Conditional Form, it felt like every time they were really onto something good, the gospel choir bits, the parts where some of the guitars were coming in, it sounded nice, but then they would just kind of sabotage it, and Maddie's auto-tune kind of rapped croon part was awful. I cannot get behind that being up so high above some of these other picks, and just below Settle Down and A Change of Heart. Two very, very solid staples from their discography. Settle Down is relentlessly catchy. A Change of Heart is very emotional despite the auto-tuned cat meows during the hook. I feel that it's one of their most grating tracks to some, but to me, while I kind of lost favor with it, it didn't quite make my top 20 again, and I had previously had it up pretty high. I still feel like you gotta give this track credit for what it is, so I feel like I would probably rank it right around 22 myself. So we got the track for Healy's Dad, Don't Worry, at 21. This just didn't personally really connect for me. I didn't feel as much emotion as I think I was supposed to. I think There's Something You Should Know at number 20. Why is that track slipping my mind? I can't place it. I think There's Something... Oh, that's why. It's on Notes, and I never come back to that. Milk at number 19, yeah, and now she's doing it all the time. Rate my air guitar skills in the comments. Menswear at number 18, yeah, absolute banger. I love the instrumental half of that, and then when the auto-tune vocals that just really kind of reciprocate jealousy all throughout, it circles the drain in the best way possible. I get drunk wedding vibes from that, and a jealous guy just standing off in the corner steaming and and fuming. This Must Be My Dream at number 17. We're getting some good picks here. I think that Milk, Menswear, and This Must Be My Dream, those were all in my top 20, so I can't be that mad, right? They're all fantastic, electrifying tunes in different ways. Another Notes pick at 15, Playing on My Mind. Healy keeps going back to old habits. I'm gonna have to listen to a little sample of this one again because I gotta jog the memory. It's not awful, but again, there's so many other tracks like Paris, for example, that do similar tones and emotion like leagues better. It's Not Living If It's Not With You at 14, absolutely a riotous banger. Be My Mistake at 13, definitely one of the more tender tracks that did pull at me. It got me more and more over time from A Brief Inquiry. And then Girls, the absolute legend it is, at number 12. Somebody Else at number 11, Admit It. We've all listened to this at 3 a.m. and cried. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, I don't know if I've cried at 3 a.m. because I haven't been through a breakup while this track has been out, and hopefully I won't, knock on wood. Falling For You at number 10. Those are two very different types of songs back to back. Somebody Else and then Falling For You. So you're like, oh, you've moved on, and now, hey, wait, let's rewind a bit. I think I'm falling for you. Both of these tracks are amazing in their own right. I still kind of save them for special times. I try not to overplay them because I don't want them to lose that value. Me at number 9. That is interesting. The track is a letter to Healy from his future self, revealing all of his guilt he feels for his suicidal thoughts and tearing his family apart amid his parents' divorce. It's quite haunting. It is a haunting tune. It was an early track that really, like Antichrist, which deserved to be a lot higher in my opinion, they definitely had similar tones and emotion. Yeah, Loving Someone at number 8. This track is fantastic. It definitely gets its kind of preachy message out there in a way that it deserves to be out there. I mean, it deserves to be loud and in your face, but it's also intelligent, and I love the different mood with those kind of almost unsettling keys. It's very haunting and minimal in its intro, and then it layers on a lot of other keyboards and piano parts, even some guitar and bass. They're just doing all kinds of stuff, and it works really well. Sex at number 7. Are we talking about the EP version? Okay, Brie, we talking about the EP version there? Cause we fucking better be. This track is about making love. Thank you for clarifying. Jesus Christ, 2005, God bless America, God bless you, Brie. You were just playing on all of my nerves here. I'm in love with Jesus Christ. Her name's Claire. Are you fucking out of your mind? Number 5, Jesus Christ, God bless America 2005, whatever it is. No chance in hell, no. Don't get out of here! Robbers at 4. Robbers at 4. Okay. Snap back, John. Come on. You gotta let number 5 go. She's American at number 3. Yeah. Good stuff. Really groovy. Agree with that. Robbers is great. She's American is fantastic. It is definitely kind of a counterpart to a track from the self-titled effort that I really dig. I like the play that it starts off with, like, big town, small town. This one's definitely great. It's in my personal top 20. Undo at number 2. That is, interesting, to say the least. Let's see what their reasoning for it is. Yet again, it's two people who can't seem to fall in love with each other at the same time. Shocking. The instrumentation, however, will make you feel like you're in outer space. To me, this doesn't scream like they're foaming at the mouth with how we should get excited along with them. Like, why is Undo literally number 2 in their entire catalog? And at number 1 on Bree's list from the Post, the Ohio newspaper, number 1, the best 1975 song is If I Believe You. Healy, though he's nihilistic, is turning to God because he needs to answer the choir. Not the worst pick in the world. I really do love this song. It definitely has its place in their discography and on this album. I think that it definitely feels sincere. I love the gospel choir teaming up during the hook. It feels really minimal, but also like deep at the same time. It's a great track, so I guess it's a risky number 1 pick that I don't mind, and if that's truly their favorite song from the 1975, then that's great. I appreciate that they actually had the balls to put these unpopular opinions out there, I suppose. I definitely don't agree with a good majority of them. I think once we got to around number 50, that's when it really started to go crazy off the rails for me. But if I believe you, number 1 apparently. Subscribe for the love of music and ring the bell so you get notified when I upload. If there's other list videos that you think I should react to, then drop a comment down below letting me know. If you want to see my thoughts on the latest 1975 album Notes on a Conditional Form, then tap here, or tap here for another list reaction. Socials can be found in the description down below, and I'll be back soon for more right here on Beyond AR TV.